Today, I'm going to be rating your guys' most weirdest dart setups. I asked you on TikTok and YouTube to give me your most weirdest dart combinations. I'll be putting the darts together, see how they feel, and I'll be playing a game of 301 against a dartbot, and by the end of the video, we'll see what dart gets crowned the most weirdest setup. So the first weird dart combination is from Trebles for Show, and their weird combination is a Taylor barrel, a Humphrey stem, a Littler point, and finally a Phil Taylor flight. So let's put this dart together and see how it feels. So for the Phil Taylor barrel, I'm using the Phil Taylor Gen 7s. The stem is called the Joust XL, it is 65mm long. The Littler point is called the SLK point, it is 42mm long. And finally, we have the Phil Taylor flight, also known as the Vapor flight. And as you can see, the flights are tiny. This is what the dart looks like, and honestly, it doesn't look too bad. But let's throw these darts and see how they feel. So here are my first 12 throws with these darts. So after throwing them 12 darts, let's get straight into a game, and I'm going to be starting from 301, and it's going to be a first or two leg against a dartbot. So I did start this leg off by hitting a 60, the dartbot did reply back by hitting an 81, and then my second visit I did reply back with a 66. Then my third visit I hit a single 5, a treble 18, and then finally a treble 1, putting me on 113. And then my fourth visit I hit a single 19, a single 18, and then a single 20, leaving myself on 56. Dartbot was on 79, but could not take it out. But now, can I take out 56? I take it out with my third dart. Dartbot did kick its leg off by hitting 140. Then I reply back by hitting a single 20, a treble 12, and then finally a single 1, making that 57. The dartbot did reply back with a 24. Then my second visit I only hit a 40. Then my fifth visit at the board, I'm left on 102 when I hit a single 20, a single 14, then a single 5, leaving me on 63. The dartbot is left on 18 but cannot take it out. Now I'm left on 63 and I hit a single 4, a single 19, now double 20. Now I'm left on 20. I missed my first dart, now double 10. And I do get it.
Yay! I tell you what, these darts are not that bad. They look very weird and look like they would be terrible to throw, but honestly, they're not bad. I think if I use these for like a couple of hours, I probably could get used to them. So honestly, these are really good.
So as you heard me say, they were actually decent darts, but the darts were very weird though. By using a small flight, a long stem, a small barrel, they were just very weird to use. Even though they felt comfortable and good to use, they were still very weird. So I'm gonna rate these darts on their weirdness a 7 out of 10. The next set of darts comes from Gaming People X, and their weird dart combination is Luke Humphreys and MVG mixed. My idea for this dart was to use the Michael Van Gerwen Evo X darts as the barrel, and then use the Luke Humphreys 32mm Raptor GTs as the points. For the stem, I had to use the Joust XLs, and then finally I used the Michael Van Gerwen flight. This is what the dart looks like, and the barrel definitely makes it look a lot better than it is. But now let's give these darts a throw and see how they feel. Throwing them 9 darts didn't feel too bad, but now I'm kicking off this leg and I hit a single 1, a single 20, and then a single 19. The dartbot did reply back with a 26, and then my next visit I hit a treble 5, a treble 19, and then another treble 19. As you can see, that dart was hanging on for dear life. So I'm left on 57, I was aiming for the 17, but I accidentally hit the double 2, and then I missed the board completely, and then I hit a single 6. The dartbot is left on 97, but only hits a 42, leaving himself on 55. Now I'm left on double 20, now can I hit it? No, now double 10. And I just miss it. The dartbot is still on 55, hits a single 10, a single 13, now double 16, and does take this leg. The dartbot did kick its leg off by hitting a 28, so I reply back with hitting a single 20, another single 20, and then finally a treble 1. The dartbot did again reply back with a 43, then my next visit I hit a single 20, a single 19, and then another single 19. My fourth visit I did start off strong by hitting a 60, then I hit a single 11, and then I hit a single 17 to put myself in 54. The dartbot did reply back with a 24, and then my next visit hit a single 9, a treble 6. As you can see, I definitely did not mean to do that. and then finally a single 1 put me on 26. Don't know why I left that, but I did. I missed the first dart, but then hit the single 13, and then I hit the single 1 put me on 12. The dart bot is left on 78, but cannot take it out, but does him sound 40. Then the next visit, I missed the number, and then my second dart, I do actually hit the double 10. With the dart bot left on 40, it cannot take it out, meaning I should take this leg. I do miss the double 6 with my first dart, but I do get it with my second, making the score 1-1. So we are down to a last leg decider, and I start off this leg by hitting a single 5, a treble 19, and then finally a single 3. The dart bot do apply back with an 80. Then my second visit is a single 5, a single 19, and then a single 7. Now my fifth visit at the board, I hit a single 19, another single 19, and then a 3. And the dart bot has 98 left, and somehow hits it. Me and the dart bot has 1-2-1. But how weird were these darts? They felt terrible. I wasn't a big fan of them, but they wasn't as weird as the first darts. So I'm going to rate these darts a 5 out of 10 on their weirdness. So the next darts come from Sammy UK, and they would like a Connor Scut barrel, a Condor Axe flight, and finally a 50mm point. The first is, let's get the Connor Scut barrel. As you can see, this barrel has a scallop design. The Condor Axe flight, I went with a purple short one, and as you can see, what makes this molded flight special, it only has 3 wings. And finally, I've gone for a plain black 50mm point. This is what a dart looks like, and to be honest with you, it's not that bad. But now let's see how these darts actually feel. So my first 12 darts didn't go as well as I hoped, but it is what it is. But I kicked this leg off by hitting a treble 20, a single 18, and a single 5. The dart bot did hit back with 100, but my next visit I hit a single 1, a single 19, and finally a single 3, put me on 195. Then my third visit I hit a single 20, a single 5, and then a single 1 by accident. But after 5 visits on the board, I'm left on 110, and I hit a single 1, and then a single 19, and then I did try and go for bullseye to leave me on 40, but that did not happen. The dart bot did miss the chance to take this leg, but with 73 left, can I take this leg? And that is a no. I accidentally pull it into the 12. But that mistake cost me this leg, meaning I am down 1-0. The dart bot did kick his leg off by hitting a 41, and I respond back with a single 12, a single 5, and then a single 19. Then the dart bot's second visit did hit a 45, and then my second visit I only hit a 20, experiencing a bounce out. The dart bot's third visit did hit a 41, and then my third visit I hit a single 1, a single 13, and then a single 5. After 6 visits at the board, these are the darts that I'm producing, and it is not something I'm proud of. Don't know why, but I played terrible. But the dart bot does get this leg by hitting a double 2 on its 7th visit. As you saw, I lost 2-0, and don't know why, but I played absolutely terrible with these darts. I'm not sure why, but I just could not find my foot with them. But how weird were they? Well, they have a scalloped barrel, which is quite weird, and they also have a Condor Axe flight with 3 wings, which again is quite weird. But were they as weird as the first and second darts? They were more weird than the second darts, but I think the first darts were more weirder. So I'm going to rate these darts a 6 out of 10. But now let's move on to the next darts. So the final weird combination comes from football_clips1385. And their weird dart combinations are Luke Littler Gen 1, a Humphrey stem, a Luke Littler point, and finally the longest looking flight I have. So to build the start, firstly we need the Luke Littler Gen 1s. For the Humphrey stems, again I'm using the Joust XLs. For the points I'm using the SLK Swiss points, these are 42mm. And for the flights I was debating which one was longer, and I did make the choice of going with the Velos. The darts in my opinion do look very good. I think they would have looked a little bit better if the points were black as well. But let's see how these darts feel and throw my first 12 darts. So I'm kicking this leg off and I hit a single 1, great first dart, a single 19, and finally a treble 19. Decent start by hitting a 77. The dart bot did hit back with a 60. My next visit I only did hit a 31, but my third visit I hit a 7, a single 20, and finally a single 16. After 5 visit time left on a finish, I hit a single 19, now treble 13, and now double 7. and I do miss it. So I've only double 7 left, I miss my first dart and then accidentally pull it into the single 7 and then I accidentally pull it into the treble 3. Now can the dartboard take out 87? And that is a no, it cannot. But can I take out 14 is the question. And that is a no, I cannot. I did pull my dart, again I was trying to aim for 2. But the dartboard left on 52 and it does take it out with ease. The dartboard did kick its leg off by hitting the 60 and then I reply back with hitting a single 1, a single 19 and then another single 19. And then my second visit I hit a 20 and then a single 19. And then another single 19. The dartboard did hit back with a 60. Then my third visit I hit a single 20, a single 1, and then a single 6. The dartboard does reply back by hitting a 46. Now hopefully I can put myself on a finish. I hit a single 18, a single 3, and then a treble 18 to leave himself on 102. The dartboard cannot take out 54 but does leave himself on 20. But can I take out 82? And that is a no, I cannot. But I do leave myself on 50. Now can dartboard take out 20? And the dartboard does with its second dart. As you saw, I just lost 2-0. These darts wasn't as bad as the previous darts, but they're not the best. So what am I going to rate them on their weirdness? While the bow and point were quite normal, the stem is very long, and finally the flight is a very weird flight. But I don't think they were more weird as the first set of darts and the third set of darts. So I'm going to rate these darts a 5 out of 10. So that means Trebles for Show wins the most weirdest dart combination. So congratulations Trebles for Show, and thank you to everyone who commented their most weirdest dart combination. If you want to be featured on another YouTube video, keep an eye out on my community posts.